12 points off the bench in his preseason debut against the Raptors on Sunday. The former Michigan star said nothing surprised him about playing in the NBA, but did have an interesting comment about how he'll be treated by opponents, saying, "I understand that I'm a rookie and I'm white, so people are going to attack me at all times. Just coming out there in the game, I felt it right away." Stephen A., does Stauskas have a point?
Well, he has a point in terms of how Kai's going to come at him. You know, he's not American, he's Canadian, you know, he's North American.
Went to high school in Mass.
Yeah. But listen, here's all I know. He's 6'6", he can shoot, okay? He can be a backup point guard. His handle is decent enough. He's got range. He can put it up. He's one of the few rookies, if not the only rookie, that's got a legitimate shot. Not the only rookie, because Andrew Wiggins goes up, but he's got a chance to start for the Sacramento Kings, even though the year earlier they had spent the lottery pick on McLemore. He's been the back-to-back Final Fours. This dude can ball. I mean, Stauskas is no joke. But, you know, in the NBA, what have you, listen, Larry Bird was fantastic. And it's not, you know, you bring up white, black, or whatever, but it's not something, it's not any kind of animosity or anything like that. It's just that you got brothers that's going to come at you because basketball is a game that in a lot of people's minds are predicated on athleticism or whatever. But in a guy like Larry Bird's mind, it was about putting the ball in the hole. How you going to stop this? What you going to do? No, I can't win a dunk contest over you, Dominique Wilkins. But can you really do something with this? No, I can't go up and under like Julius Erving did against the Lakers in the 80s or whatever, but can you stop this? I mean, do you have any idea who I am? I'm Larry Bird. And so, you know, it's not one of those things where a guy looks at you and he says, "You white, so you can't play." He's thinking about, well, athleticism plays a role, speed plays a role. I can jump over you, I can blow by you. You might not be able to guard me, but if you're a white boy that can play, you understand? Like Stauskas, you understand? And you pulling up from 25 and 30, and there's nothing that anybody can do about you. The brother's gonna be like, man, mad respect for you. I ain't got anything to say. But they're gonna come at you like that because obviously you don't see, you know, when you talk about the brothers, you're talking about cats dominating in a sport like basketball and to some degree, a lesser degree, football. So they're going to try to impose their will upon you, but the respect can be earned very, very quickly. When you step on the court with them and show them you got game too.
How often has that respect been earned in the NBA?
Well, it's not that it's been earned a lot, but it's been earned enough. And by the way, it doesn't have to be American. You know, you got a lighter pigmentation, but you Dirk Nowitzki, you Manu Ginobili, you Larry Bird, you cats like that. Oh, trust me. You know, there are cats that come through that can flat out ball. Look at a guy like Mike Miller. He's a sharpshooter. LeBron, you see how much LeBron missed him? That was one of the reasons LeBron was ticked off when Miami lost out on keeping him. You can respect your brothers from another mother that can play.
Yep, I hear you. I don't know Nick Stauskas. I know his game. He has some athleticism. He actually has some hops.
Yes.
I was a little surprised he said this, that he acknowledged he thinks that he will be tested because he's a rookie and because he's white. And I could be wrong about this because I don't know him, but I didn't love it that he acknowledged this. The foreign-born white players that you talk about, the Caucasian players, they don't care. They come over, they know their limitations, they know what they can do and what they can't do, but they definitely know what they can do. And right away, do you think Manu Ginobili was afraid of anybody? No. He's just saying, I'll show you quickly. He doesn't care what color you are. He's going to earn your respect quickly. Steve Nash was a Canadian player, like Stauskas. Did he show he could play right away? Was he intimidated? No. Did he think, I'm going to get tested because I'm white? He didn't care. Test him. Do whatever you want because he could play right away, right?
I don't get the impression that Stauskas cares. I get the impression that he's acknowledging something that he's going to have to be confronted by because he knows that he's going to be on an NBA roster and cats are going to come at him, assuming that can you really, really ball on this level?
That's right.
They're going to challenge him. He's simply acknowledging that it's a challenge and it's no big deal because, again, there's guys that's going to respect you for it.
I hope
the guys that's going to respect you for it.
I am simply acknowledging what I've seen over the years in the NBA draft. I take a lot of heat for it when we brought it up on the show in the past, and I don't care. I know it makes people uncomfortable. I'm going on facts. I'm going on the NBA lottery picks. And over the years, it has been a little dicey if you took an American-bred white player in the top 13, 14, 15 picks in the draft. Remember, we got into it over Myers Leonard in the 2011 draft?
Yep.
And I said...
Out of Maryland.
Yeah. No.
I mean...
Illinois.
Illinois, all right.
Yeah,
right.
But Portland took him with the 11th pick, and I just sat here and I said, no, you can't do it. Especially the big guys from America, they've often been a little awkward. Can he even get off the bench for Portland? I mean, he's a non-factor. That was a bad pick. So I look at Kevin Love. Could we say now that he's the best white player since Larry Bird? I think so.
Unless you want to put American, because if he's
that's why I'm saying American. I'm doing American.
I would say Dirk Nowitzki. Right.
No, I mean Dirk and Manu and Nash and both Gasols and Goran Dragic, and we can go on and on. These guys can play, man.
Let me tell you something right now. You can talk about European, you can talk about white, but when you look at the NBA game, the game has evolved, the game has changed. Your power forward is a dude that shoots 15 to 17 feet with a degree of accuracy and is a relatively finesse player, which has elevated the value of a Chris Bosh.
Right.
Back in the day, the power forwards were, you know, the Karl Malones, the Charles Oakleys, the Maurice Lucases way back in the day, God rest his soul, people like that. Now you want a more finesse game that elevates the importance of skill, a particular skill, and more of a finesse game, because according to the NBA, that's what the growing public or the viewing public enjoys. When you saw the Bad Boy Pistons, they didn't enjoy that. When you saw the 90s when the Knicks and Pat Riley had Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley and Xavier McDaniel before that, and, you know, the Kim Bannisters were people like that. You didn't necessarily like that. You go to a finesse game, you look at a kid that's 6'6", coming out of Michigan and Starskis, who can shoot lights out. That's going to matter, because it feeds into the brand of basketball the NBA is facilitating right now, which is going to invite more dudes of a lighter pigmentation, dare I say, because when you talk about a lot of players with the athleticism or whatever, the guys that could shoot, obviously from Europe, and some of the white guys.
Right now, when we're talking about American-bred white players, we have Kevin Love, who's made 3 All-Star teams, and David Lee, who can flat-out play, has made 2 All-Star teams. And then it falls off pretty dramatic. We have Chandler Parsons, we have Mike Miller that you talked about, Kyle Korver, Gordon Hayward, who I'm not the biggest fan of yet. I'm not sold on him. J.J. Redick has been a pretty good player.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's good. And I love me with Steph Curry, who's obviously not white, but I love the fact that you're going to see more black players that's working on the art of shooting, not looking to dunk the ball and be athletic. They're going to recognize the importance of shooting that rock, too. That's why I love Steph Curry.
We'll continue this debate on Twitter. Go ahead and tweet us at ESPN First Take. All right, let's keep it with the Michigan.